Peter Gresta has now made an application to President El-Sisi to be deported. What is the feeling about this application? Is this a positive step towards securing his release?
Well, I believe that we have started this year with a very good development. And the Court of Cassation accepting the appeal and to declare that the sentence is no longer there and he to be retried, I think that's a very good development. And I believe this will open the door for many possibilities from different expectations.
Now that he is no longer a convicted man, but simply an accused man, does that give President El-Sisi more room, a greater opportunity to accept an application for deportation?
Well, I believe that the constitution as well as the laws in Egypt really provide the president of the republic to make his own decision according to the national interest when it comes to similar situations. And the court ruling is bringing us to a very new phase that will give us good reasons to be very optimistic.
How optimistic?
I think I should emphasize that we are realistically optimistic that with that development we can expect more developments that will bring what has been wished for, from both sides, from the Australian side as well as from the Egyptian side, as the president has once mentioned that he would have loved to see him deported, and there was no legal case. But unfortunately, as the legal procedures started, we will have to abide with the legal system.
Certainly, in the past, you have expressed a view that the case will be dealt with sooner rather than later, and some have interpreted that as having been by the end of the year. Is that what you meant?
Well, of course, no one can specify a date for when such a step will take place. And if the court session was scheduled to be the 1st of January 2015, it wouldn't make any sense if anyone would speculate that it will come to an end.
So it was never possible before that date, you were saying?
Of course, it was not meant to be that. And that kind of misinterpretation or mispresentation was really not correct.
Well, if we can explain then, are you now able to put a time frame on when you think President El-Sisi might be able to make a decision? Now he has received the application. It's within his powers, if he deems it in the national interest, to deport Peter Gresta. What sort of time frame do you think it would take him to make that decision?
Well, I think speculations in that regard will not help. We will have to see things happening. And if the decision will be done by Egypt, I believe that will take into consideration many things, including the national interest, the friendly, constructive relationship between Egypt and Australia, and I believe that the interest of Peter Gresta, whom I really acknowledge as a very distinguished journalist, and I like, when I spoke to his parents and his brother, I believe that we will have the chance to see him back home, hopefully in the soonest possible future.
In that case, is it important for Peter Gresta and his family and his supporters to be patient?
Well, patience is a value that I personally appreciate very much, and unfortunately, without patience, we don't reach our target. But what is really the focus is bringing this to an end will help the interest of both countries to be served.
If it is in the mutual interest of both countries to have this finalised and to see Peter Grester returned to Australia under whatever circumstances they may be, should that not then lead to a more expedited progress than we're seeing now? If it is in both countries' interest, why isn't it happening quicker?
Well, that's a good question, because if you have the chance to expedite things, you would do it, but if you have the criteria of parameters of legal system, for instance, you will have to go along the speed of that.
This is as
the
quick
pace,
as it can go? Is this as quick as it can go?
Well, I believe it has been expedited as much as it could.